Another episode, another trek. You know, trekking is one of the things that reminds you of the fact that the journey has a lot more to offer you than the destination. So far, man, it's hot, even humid. Natural spring water along the way. So often the best views come after the steepest climb. Having some lemonade. Nice, sweet. Oh wow, look at that. It's like a valley of flowers. Look at the butterflies, man. This is so beautiful. What we're doing, we're gonna keep going where we're going until we reach the top. The forest thickens. Okay. It's a bad idea to do this solo. What happens is when you get into the thick forest, it's very easy for you to lose a sense of direction and kind of get nervous. So I've been walking now for almost 3 hours. So you can't say that you're in a legit forest unless a canopy of trees begins to form. Nag Tibba! Idhar se? Because there's a shepherd over there at the top, and I just asked for directions and he said that, it's this way. There is no, set pathway that leads up to this place. It winds quite a bit through the forest. Look, my God. Man, that one's looking at me. Look, they're revered in Hinduism. They're on their way down. You climbing by yourself? Yeah. You can get lost. There are a couple of tracks. I've been at it for 3.5 hours now, and it's pretty tiring. Probably should have bought more water with me. Can you see that? So I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna try to find myself some water. So these are the guys who are in the canteen at the top. They're not there, they're having tea, and so they've guided me how to go to the top again. It's absolutely fun just lying down and looking at the clouds. When I was a kid, I used to do this a lot. Look at this, man. Look at that. This last bit, my friend, this is very steep. Yeah, it's like almost a 45-degree angle here, maybe even more, probably like 60 degrees. As always, bunch of horses and mares here. Great idea to be calm around them. I have been walking for more than 5 hours now, and I'm beginning to wonder if I made a wrong decision coming solo. Man, that's like the wallpaper that they had on Windows Vista or Windows XP, right? My God. And there you have it, folks. Reached Nag Tibba. But when you're doing this solo, it's so damn easy to doubt yourself. It's so damn easy to give up. And I felt almost that I'm never going to reach here. I'll tell you what, this is not an easy trek. Not at all to be done or attempted solo. So this is a small Shiva Shrine here. Energies and light. The new appease God. And that's the sign. That's the symbol. And look at the wonderful setting that this place is in. My God. Om Namah Shiva. Another episode, another trek. That's what we do with this series, guys. It's a bit of travel, it's a bit of adventure, along with a lot of spirituality and self-help. So right now, I'm trekking towards Nag Tibba. That means Nag Peak. And so far, this trek is not really as simple as a lot of bloggers on the internet have made it out to be. I think it's of moderate difficulty. And getting to this place, getting to this village, Pantwari, it's not been easy because it's a bit far flung compared to the regular destinations here. So from Rishikesh, you need to come to Dehradun. From Dehradun, you need to come to Nainbag. Okay, and from Dehradun to come to Nainbag, you can take a bus that you need to take from the railway station, because from the ISBD you only get buses that go in the plains. If you want to come up in the hills, you got to take a bus from the railway station. Okay, or you can take a cab from Nainbag. Then you need to there's really no means of transport available unless you have your own conveyance. So what I did was I hitched a ride from the milk delivery wagon, and it's very interesting. In fact, great study in mountain culture, etc. Because the milk delivery wagon here in these far-flung areas, it's pretty much the means of connectivity for them to the rest of the world. It delivers milk, it delivers newspapers, and it also acts like a sort of a shared cab to take people to and from this place. That's how I arrived here, and now I'm trekking upwards. Trekking is one of the things that reminds you of the fact that the journey has a lot more to offer you than the destination. So far, man, it's hot, even humid, and it's very sunny because there are hardly any trees on the track, and it's just fully exposed walking under the sun, and it can get dehydrating. So these rest houses along the way, and what you can do is you can just rest a while, and you can get to see this is the road. So there's the road running, and then this here, as I said, is the track that we need to follow upwards. Natural spring water along the way that flows quite freely, and you can stop to have a refreshing drink. Let's do that. Yeah, it's fresher than Aquafina. All I have to do now is bottle this up, take it back, and sell to the city folk at exorbitant prices. Yeah? Coach Kaushal Natural Spring Water. We have some company as well. It's most tempting to get off the rocky path that you've been following right when you're about to get to where you wanted to go, and think that, okay, this is the end of my trials and my difficulties, let me take the easier way. And that's exactly when you get lost. Sure, there are no set patterns, there are no generalizations in life, but usually 90% of the time this is how it is. So often the best views come after the steepest climbs. We are almost there. So guys, that signboard over there was for Nag Tibba base camp. From the base camp, then you have to move upwards. So it's still quite a climb. But you have the small shop here near about that signboard that we saw over there, and you can get some lemonade, you can get some Maggi, you can get some refreshment. Having some lemonade. Nice, sweet, feeling refreshed. And here's the staple snack of the mountains, some masala Maggi. Much needed. Look at these. Look at how beautiful these wild mountain flowers look. Come on, wow. Man. It's something we marveled and truly appreciated. Amazing. Oh wow, look at that. It's like a valley of flowers. And I plan to go to the Valley of Flowers too, by the way. But look, this is so beautiful, man. Wow. You see that? These settlements behind me? This is like the base camp. Normally people like to rest here at night and, you know, make the trek in the early morning. But I'm always pressed for time and I like to just rip the band-aid off. So we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going until we reach the top. Look at the butterflies, man. This is so beautiful. You don't see that in the city. No, it's just, you're so lucky if you get to appreciate that, if you get to see this. Yeah? Got one of these along the way. Make sure to keep your distance because they get nervous pretty fast. And it's happened to me a couple of times on this trek. So this is where we're gonna keep doing what we're doing. We're gonna keep going where we're going until we reach the top. Don't stop till you get enough. I'm back where I belong, where I feel at home, in the forest. It's gotten cooler now and the foliage has definitely increased, so it's not as heated up as it was. So this is where the forest thickens. Okay, sorry about that. It's a bad idea to do this solo because you know what happens is when you get into the thick forest, it's very easy for you to lose a sense of direction and kind of get nervous, you know. So start with easier treks like the one that I did last time in the previous video. But even then, you know, don't try trekking solo unless you're absolutely on point with your fitness and you have at least some experience under your belt with the right shoes, right gear, that too. So the view is successfully getting better and better and better as we're moving up higher and higher and higher. That's where we gotta go. So I've been walking now for almost 3 hours, and as you can see behind me, there's still a long way to go. Road leading upwards, and we gotta keep plodding onwards. So you can't say that you're in a legit forest unless a canopy of trees begins to form. It's only when a canopy of trees begins to form and encapsulate you within that you have the right to claim that you're legit deep in the forest. Nag Tibba! इधर से कहाँ से? वो नीचे से? Because there's a shepherd over there at the top, and I just asked for directions and he said that, you know, it's this way. So I have run. I'm pretty thankful. I have been walking for more than 3 hours now. There is no, you know, set pathway that leads up to this place. It winds quite a bit through the forest. If you come with a guide, maybe, but even then, not really. Tricky. That's what I'd say. Look, my God. Look guys, there's an army of langurs there. Man, that one's looking at me, look. They're revered in Hinduism because it is considered that it is said that Hanumanji was a langur. You have fellow trekkers descending down. That's probably where we must go. कितना दूर है ऊपर? कितना दूर है ऊपर नाग टिब्बा? कितना? 5 kilometers still. They're on their way down.
You climbing by yourself?
Yeah. Yeah.
You can get lost. There are a couple of tracks.
Yeah. So it is quite possible to get lost on this trek here because the tracks here are not pretty clear, and therefore it's always a good idea to keep asking for help along the way. If you see somebody, ask them for inputs, okay? And everybody is going to probably put this doubt in your mind if you're doing this solo. Oh, you're climbing alone? You're doing this solo? But you know, don't let that get to your head. I mean, don't let that get to your head in the wrong way, because there's a very interesting thing that I just talked to these guys as they passed. They said, "You're gonna do this alone?" I said, "Yeah, I've been doing this for 14 years." And he said to me, "Yes, every mountain is a new mountain." And that's true. You know, it's the swimmers that drown, and it's the trekkers and mountaineers that get lost. So ego is your biggest enemy. If you're trekking out in nature like this, or you're traveling solo in any capacity, okay, make sure it doesn't get to you. At the same time, don't let anything scare you, because it's very simple. You have to pick one track in life, as in a forest, and you have to keep going with it. If it ends somewhere, you have to take a decision what to do, a rational decision of how to navigate. Otherwise, basics are the same. Pick a track, stick to it. Okay, let's continue. I've been at it for 3.5 hours now, and it's pretty tiring. Probably should have bought more water with me, but I guess from as long as I've been walking, I should be there at the top in about 1 hour. So gotta keep moving forward, man. I'll tell you one thing about this experience. You go to forests, you push yourself to climb mountains, to dive and explore the seas. You push your limits because pushing your limits brings you closer to yourself. It brings you closer to God. It empties out your mind from all the trash that weighs it down, that restricts the capabilities. And that's the gift. That's the gift of the journey. Can you see this marking? Marking like these are made by people who are climbing upwards. And are very helpful, watch out for these. So there's a clearing here. Man, every time I reach a clearing, I'm so relieved. That's where we've come from, and gotta keep going. Oh, man, I just wish I had some water right now. That's the only thing that I'm missing. Can you see that? So I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna try to find myself some water, and maybe even, if it's possible, a glass of fresh milk. I can hear voices. There are definitely people down there. So these are the guys who are in the canteen at the top. They're not there. They're having tea, and so they've guided me how to go to the top again. So I'm going to follow their advice. And I have been refreshed. Let me go on my way again. It's absolutely fun just lying down and looking at the clouds. Let me share the view. When I was a kid, I used to do this a lot. Just lie on my back on the terrace and watch the clouds. And to be honest, that's one of the simplest pleasures of life. Everything else is just an excess. It's because the simple pleasures have been robbed from us that they've invented these artificial pleasures for us to indulge in. This is the abandoned house, sort of, that you'll reach on your way here. Okay, you'll be able to spot it. That has a green roof. This is rusted roof, and then you have this reservoir, that's there, and that over there, that is a canteen. The guys that we met at the bottom of the hill, they work over there. Okay, but most importantly, I was harping on and on about water, and here you have it, natural spring water. Okay, and this right on top, climbing vertically almost. That's the road that we need to take to reach to the summit. So let's continue. Look at this, man. Look at that. A little piece of heaven right there. And look at where we are going. Spectacular. Wow, man. I wish I had more time to spend here. This last bit, my friend, this is very steep. Yeah, it's like almost a 45-degree angle here. Maybe even more. Probably like 60 degrees. But hanging in there. Hanging in there. Hanging in there, folks. This last bit is where you've truly got to give it your best. As always, bunch of horses and mares here. Great idea to be calm around them. Well, what a great sight to watch. Yeah. I have been walking for more than 5 hours now, and I'm beginning to wonder if I made a wrong decision coming solo. But let's see. You see, that's the thing. When you're solo, there's nobody else to motivate you. And you've got to motivate yourself. And that's a very important lesson right there about life. Okay. But I'm going to reach the summit here. I don't know what summit this is. Whatever it is, it's the top of this mountain. Whether it's Nag Tibba or not, I don't know. We're going to find out. Man, that's like the wallpaper that they had on Windows Vista or Windows XP, right? My God. Let's get to the top. Or this place looks so beautiful, I probably can shoot the video here. And there you have it, folks. Reached Nag Tibba. Oh God, I feel so relieved, man. Oh man. I keep doing these things, and every time that I make these solo treks, but when you're doing this solo, it's so damn easy to doubt yourself. It's so damn easy to give up. And I felt almost that I'm never going to reach here. I'll tell you what, this is not an easy trek, not at all to be done or attempted solo. I mean, I've been doing this for 14 years, so it's very different. Including one time when I got lost in the forest. Check out the previous video in this series to know about it. But it feels so peaceful to be here. I'm just gonna shoot my video now, and returning back and having something to eat, drink, and relax. So this is the small Shiva Shrine here at Nag Tibba. I lit that doop and use the bell to clear out negative energies, invite the new, appease God. And that's the sign, that's the symbol. And look at the wonderful setting that this place is in, my God. Let's find a good place to shoot now, and we'll proceed to our video. Om Namah Shivaya.